Good morning, everyone, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. By the way, I would love to hear where you're tuning in from, especially if you did make it to this reading during the live premiere. So I will be hanging out with all of you in the live premiere and chatting a little bit in the live chat. So if you are here with us during that, then I would love to know where you are tuning in from, because I really do believe that as light workers and as very ancient, advanced souls, we are strategically placed all over the world in different geographical energy centers for the purpose of uplifting the collective in very divinely planned and pre-orchestrated ways. And so I really love to see where everyone is from. And I also just want to let you know that I do channel these, I bumped my microphone there for a second, but I do channel these twin flame readings on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be sure to tune in on those times and days if you would like to join in on our live chat feature, which of course is only available during the actual live premiere time. So I am actually recording this reading the night before as you're watching this premiere, and I'm feeling a lot of very heavy energy. I'm not sure if this is just me or something that is also happening collectively. So let me know in the comments if you've been feeling energetically drained or tired, anything along those lines. I know that I've been feeling a little bit of this, and my twin flame divine masculine counterpart has been feeling this as well, this tiredness. He actually also had a lot of headaches and head sensations. So I feel that the masculines are also purging a lot through the physical body, and the divine feminine counterparts may be picking up on some of this as well, because I am getting a download that if you are a divine feminine feeling some of these physical symptoms, some of this may be coming from elsewhere, and hopefully we'll be able to channel more information on that through this reading. But some of it may be from your masculine counterpart specifically, as they are going through, I'm hearing an up-leveling, a leveling up of their energy, but during that leveling up, there may be some necessary energetic purging as they rise out of these lower vibrations. So regardless of how much distance physically is between you and your twin, know that you do assist one another in really processing out these energies. But I also feel that for the feminine, some of you divine feminines may actually also be feeling a bit of low energy because of some low vibrational, I want to say conversation, attention, people around you. Now, this won't be for everyone, but for some divine feminines, there is this uncomfortable feeling of having attention on you, pressure on you, or eyes on you. This won't be for every person listening, but if this is for you, I just pulled the 𝗧𝘄𝗶H card. I just want to give a quick little message for this divine feminine who feels this pressure, or as though there are people, I don't know, watching her, or if not literally watching her, talking about her, just like very hyper aware of her, or I'm hearing some of her life choices. So you may have made life choices or changes recently, and you might just feel a lot of energy around this. And I feel that on a higher self level, the reason that you're starting to stir things up in your community or your social circle, or you're kind of feeling like there's extra attention on you, and you might feel like you're crazy for thinking this or feeling this way, but you're not. You're picking up on this intuitively. And with the 𝗧𝘄𝗶H, this is a card of really being on your soul's highest path, really being on your divine path. And specifically, there's something here about turning your focus inward on yourself, and this creating a kind of magnetism around you, Divine Feminine. But the problem here is, as you become more magnetic for the things you desire on your soul's path, you also just become more magnetic in general. And so, of course, just like a powerful magnet will attract and draw a lot of things to it. I'm seeing a magnet that is magnetizing things that are of great value, precious metals, and also things that are absolutely worthless, like just trash, literal cans and other forms of trash. And I'm not saying that these people you're attracting are literal trash, although for some of you, you might feel this way, like you are just attracting a lot of negative and positive attention or people or things into your life. I'm hearing living in the extremes. So someone might just be feeling like lately they've been living in a lot of extremes of life. And this can be an actual powerful sign of you really increasing your general manifestation power and ability, because powerful creators tend to, in this crash course learning process in life, both attract very, very, very positive things into their life at times, but also we can experience the other side of that polarity too and attract a lot of negative things into our lives as well. And equally, we can tend to have this feeling that people are watching us or gossiping about us or talking about us, sometimes in a positive way, sometimes in a negative way. And because we are very sensitive and intuitive, we're also able to pick up on that conversation. So just be really aware of that, and also know that some of that conversation or talk or attention around you could be part of what is actually impacting your energy field in some way. Now, I do want to pull a starseed oracle card for you as well, Divine Feminine. Now, as I'm shuffling this deck, I usually say this at the beginning, but it is helpful if you are subscribed to this channel. This does allow me to pick up more easily on the energy of you and your situation. Now, I keep getting this pulling sensation in my right shoulder, so let me know if anyone has had some kind of a right shoulder cramp or issue or anything like that. So, what is a message for this Divine Feminine on her correct path, but having a lot of attention and conversation about her? Of course, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. And I feel I need to add to that, even if you feel like you're standing alone. I see someone who looks like they're standing alone physically. Physically, they're by themselves, but then there are all of these spirit forms around them, supporting them, beside them, helping them. And I feel these spirit forms represents all of this spiritual power that is within you, and also the divine externally that is supporting you, however you connect with those divine forces. I'm hearing that some of the most ancient and advanced souls also experience some of the most intense feelings of loneliness at times, because very often you're placed around people and in situations socially where you are immersed in cultures or communities or societies that really misunderstand you or misunderstand your gifts and abilities. And this is actually divinely orchestrated by your higher self for the purpose of you actually coming into a greater level of confidence in your own gifts and clarity about who you really are apart from all of these others. The 7 star sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. And perhaps the most significant card here, forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. And I'm also feeling on top of that, there's a deep level of inner child healing trying to make its way through you, Divine Feminine, around, as the popular saying goes, being the person you needed when you were younger. Because I feel that I'm speaking to a Divine Feminine who really sought for some kind of a role model. For some reason, I'm getting like big sister energy here, like needing an older sister or some kind of figure in her life to show her how to love herself, how to be confident in herself, how to follow her passions and share her gifts with the world. And now that this divine feminine is an adult, she's being asked to be that role model for others, but almost more importantly, for her own self, to be that person for herself that she needed to have that kind of courage and confidence in herself and her dreams that she once so desperately desired from other people who couldn't quite understand her. Now with the card Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time and nature, I feel this speaks divine feminine to the fact that some of you listening, as I mentioned at the beginning, might be feeling a bit energetically depleted. And know that if you're feeling this depletion of your energy, it's not a call towards self-judgment, towards beating yourself up about it or trying to force yourself to feel differently as society would tell us that it is. It's actually your own instincts, your own inner body intuition, calling you to slow down where you can, to allow yourself the time and the space and the nourishment that you need to, I'm hearing, to fully energetically recharge and recover, because your body does have a strong sense of intuition about it. And you're really being called to trust more of that, whether it's with the movements and physical motions you're doing throughout the day, exercise, whether it's through the foods that you gravitate towards and that you eat, that you nourish yourself with, whether it's towards how you care for your body during the day, how much you sleep, when you sleep. You're really being called back to remembering that, again, you have an intuition through your physical body, and your body's intuition at times may seem to go directly against some of what society might tell you that you should be doing or should be feeling. And again, you're really being guided to do what you can to really honor your body and the powerful intuition that your body has for your daily life. Yin Yang in the reverse position. Okay, so of course, the twin flame card coming out right near the beginning of the reading. The numbers 12, 22 just came out. I'm also getting something about the month of December for someone here. Also the word mother. So someone may have some kind of a mother wound coming up here that led to feelings of unworthiness, of unconditional love, with the Angel of Love card reversed. I'm also getting something about a movie. So someone may have been to see a movie recently or been on a date to the movies with a romantic partner or with their person, but I feel that will just be for one person. I usually say this earlier on, but do keep in mind I channel many different forms of connection and different people through these readings, so only take what resonates with you personally. I'm also getting the imagery of a fox, so that might be significant to someone. I'm also getting that might actually be in someone's name somewhere, the word fox. Okay, so what is going on with this person struggling with worthiness of love? I'm getting that something about this yin-yang reversed energy, this twin flame, I'm hearing pushing and pulling energy, could actually be impacting your natural energy levels, divine feminine, at this time, and causing this feeling of depletion. Now, specifically, I have to tell you that as I was preparing for this reading, I kept getting this message for someone listening. I don't know who it's going to be. I know it's not going to be for everyone. By the way, the number 12 just keeps coming up over and over. So something with 12 or the month of December. But anyway, the message I kept getting that I had to share with someone is there is someone who feels like they're choosing between two people, but they're actually choosing between two different timelines. They're actually choosing between two paths for themselves, and the choice that they're making that appears to be between two people, which I feel is romantic in nature, is actually a choice between which version of themselves they are going to be and which timeline of themselves they are going to rise or lower themselves to. I just kept hearing from someone's guides, it's not about the person, it's about you, and it's about becoming the best version of yourself and which choice is going to best support you in becoming that highest version of yourself. So take that as it resonates, whoever that is for. Now let's dive into this yin-yang reversed energy. So what is going on with this yin-yang reversed card? Man holding a heart in the upright position. Okay, so I'm going to read a little bit from the guidebook for this card, but before we get into that, I don't normally light sage during these readings, but I really wanted to do something a bit different and actually do a little bit of a collective energy clearing during this reading, just because I felt that many of us are going through a lot of heaviness. I see like moving through this heavy fog or heavy cloud of energy, a bit of confusion, trying to find clarity. And for many of us, these situations do involve multiple other people, whether it's people in our lives trying to influence us in a different direction, whether it's energies that feel like they're latching themselves onto us, causing this chaos, causing this confusion. So it is my intention through this reading to help you to clear your own energy and get more clarity or a sense of comfort and reassurance and stability within yourself in some way to help you reconnect with your own intuition. So for the purpose of that, I am going to light some of this sage here and just burn a little sage during our reading. Let me know in the comments if you have any specific energy clearing rituals that you personally do for yourself. I know burning sage is probably one of the most cliche rituals, but I do find that it is really effective. So I'm going to read a little bit from the guidebook now that our sage is burning here. Male dealing with family, love, or emotions. So right away, I'm getting that emotional volatility or intensity going on within someone's masculine counterpart could actually be in parts for someone what is creating this, I'm hearing mismatched or confusing energy, leading to potentially even lack of clarity or energy drain. So let's just channel a few messages here if I can get myself organized. This tender man sits with flowers all around, holding a heart in his hands. For a man, this signals a greater clarity about emotions and their purpose in life. There could be a more balanced approach to family or love at this time, even if these have been confusing experiences for you in the past. For some, this card upright could signal the presence of a new man in your life, one who tends to be more thoughtful and aware. I keep getting something about an offer coming in from some masculine energy for some divine feminine. And I'm not sure exactly what's going on with this, but I am going to channel a little bit of information about this for whoever it's for. So what is going on with this masculine making some kind of an offer? Who's making an offer here? I feel for some, this could be your twin flame divine masculine making an offer or wanting to come in with an offer. But for others of you, this could be some other love offer, such as a romantic soulmate or someone else in your life. The world in the upright position. Speaking to expansion, opening up. Can I get some clarification? I feel like this person has this feeling that divine feminine, anything is possible if we're together, or anything is possible with you. And I'm hearing every time they follow that expansion of their soul, they can't escape you along the way because you are inherently parts of that expansion taking place within them. So what is going on with this person? Realizing how much they appreciate or admire you with the sixth chakra, the third eye chakra, and also the appreciation card upright with walking away reversed. I do feel as though this potentially speaks to the fact that there was a feminine here who either walked away literally or disconnected literally from this masculine, or just in general, a feminine who is in this. I'm hearing a feminine say, I feel like I keep saying so many goodbyes to places, to people, to things that are not serving me. In fact, I feel like a theme in my life, I feel this feminine saying, is a series of goodbyes. For some reason, I'm hearing unsaid goodbyes. So this may not even be spoken goodbyes, but simply this silent, continual leaving of things, of old friend groups, of jobs, of places, cities. I feel like I'm getting a very gypsy energy from this divine feminine, but I'm speaking to a feminine who has been very transient through her life, who has moved around a lot or changed jobs or friends or places. Or even I'm hearing personalities, like a lot about this divine feminine's external persona and personality may have changed as well. But I'm hearing her say, you are the one constant. So for this feminine, there could be this masculine in her life or in her energy field, her divine masculine counterpart potentially, that's always remained this constant through it all. That's always been the one that she's felt within her and beside her, even when they've been apart. And this masculine on the other side of this is looking at the feminine, saying these goodbyes, whether it's to other things in her life, rising into her power and releasing things that are no longer serving her, or whether this feminine is literally or has in the past literally walked away from this masculine himself. It's odd because even if she walked away or disconnected or chose to disconnect from this masculine himself in the 3D, he feels this admiration even for that, because there's this feeling of, I admire that you've had the courage to really choose yourself and what you have felt is the right path for you. But I also feel that through this experience of seeing the divine feminine rise in her power and leave behind so many things that are not aligned with her, this masculine has actually been broken open through his third eye chakra to an even greater level of appreciation and admiration for this feminine that he's beginning to feel and see in an even more conscious way at this time. There's something about the color pink, but specifically magenta, coming out here for someone. Caring connections in the upright position. I really connect this card with connections that are truly caring, transparent, available, warm, familiar in the 3D. So of course, twin flame connections can be this way when twin flames are very aligned with one another. But at other times, twin flame connections can manifest chaos. They can manifest as forms of separation when twin flames are in flux within themselves or their connection, when there's that pushing and pulling energy. So very often I associate this caring connections card most strongly with available romantic soulmate connections and relationships, or with balanced twin flame connections. So what I see from the divine feminine here, at least whoever I'm channeling in this moment, is this feeling of opening herself to her highest vibrational form of love connection that is available to her at present in the 3D. There is this feeling of, I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be cared for in the physical world. And I am allowing myself to gravitationally magnetically pull to myself whatever connection is worthy of my love at this moment in the physical, without worrying too much about putting a label on it or fully understanding the full map laid out before me in life. I'm allowing myself to live in the present, to open myself, to be fully loved in the present by, I just keep hearing like whoever is in front of me, open, available, trying to offer me this high vibrational love. I'm getting something about long brown hair for someone also. So what is going on with this divine feminine? 𝗀𝗡𝗶𝗵 in the reverse position. This is the 1111 card. So this card really speaks in the reverse to something being delayed or wishes being unfulfilled. I feel a divine feminine feeling some disappointment because something may have not fully worked out the way that she wanted it to in a certain love connection or in romance in some way. What else is going on here with this energy? The garden and the gates reverse. So when this disappointment occurred for this feminine, there was a need to protect herself, to protect her space, to protect her energy. And also there was a focus on her material world, and specifically with breaking free of, I'm hearing, patterns, dynamic situations in her physical life that may have been holding her back in the past. I see a divine feminine like journaling, doing yoga, focusing on herself. For some, this was some form of therapy or counseling. There's something here about introspection and self-accountability over the course of time, leading to an immense amount of spiritual growth and evolution for this divine feminine. So I want to know what else is going on here for the feminine. Water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. So your guides, divine feminine, are really, again, there's something so strong about listening to your body's intuition right now and really caring for yourself. Because I feel that you are, I just hear the word absorbing. You could be absorbing a lot around you, whether it's from your work environment, your social environment, even people you aren't physically around, but that you're energetically connected to. I keep getting downloads that there might be someone specifically, some kind of past romantic connection or relationship, or even some kind of toxic friend or someone from your past that you may be feeling really strongly in kind of a negative, draining sort of way. And it may be really beneficial for you to participate in some form of cord cutting ritual or ceremony or meditation with this person, just to take back some of your power, some of your energy. And this might help you also to feel a bit more energetically clear. The golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. So I'm going to read a little bit from the guidebook here. Golden children are highly advanced, extremely intelligent souls who are incarnating increasingly on planet Earth. You may be called to tend to your own inner child, a creative idea or project, or a new beginning, to treat yourself or the new beginning with sweet, tender love, to nurture it and nourish it, to give it every chance to grow and reach adulthood, to encourage it, to water it. So I feel that Divine Feminine, you are starting this new beginning, this new phase of your life, whether you are seeing that clearly on the surface in the physical or not. In a previous reading I did, the romantic cycle, a new romantic cycle begins card came out. And I feel that card coming up again in my mind's eye for you, Divine Feminine, because I feel that there is a new cycle beginning for you in life and for many of you in love as well, regardless of, because I feel for some of you, this could be a new cycle with the same person. But regardless, there's a fresh new energy being brought into your life at this time. But also, I keep seeing this very small plant that's just sprouted above the earth and really needs to be protected until it grows stronger. Now, I feel that this could be you and a newfound, I wanted to say state of enlightenment, like a heightened spirituality about you, that you might not be fully ready yet to openly share with other people, that maybe at this time needs to be nurtured and protected from the opinions of others until it fully takes root within you and strengthens. For others, this may be more of a manifested idea, a business, a creative project. This even could be a relationship or a romantic connection with a person that is, again, receiving a lot of this fresh, new kind of springtime energy, but really needs to be taken care of, to be nurtured, to be watered, to be protected from the negative influence of others who might project their own doubt, insecurity, or fear onto you or onto this new thing, this new phase of your life or yourself that you're birthing into creation. So I do hope that resonates with someone specifically, whoever that is for. And now I really want to speak to the divine masculine here. But first, I do want to do a quick little energy clearing specifically for the masculine. So I'm going to burn a little more sage for the masculine. And I'm setting the intention to clear the masculine's energy of any past negative karmic situations, relationships, connections, cycles, to really uplift this masculine, the collective masculine, or your divine masculine counterpart, or maybe even you if you do connect here as the masculine. And to help the masculine receive greater clarity in his life about any potential residual karmic situations or cycles or patterns within himself, to heal physically, emotionally, if that is what he needs at this time. So I'm burning a little bit of sage for that. Do let me know, by the way, if you like the idea of having small energy clearing portions of these readings as well. I do like to not only deliver these messages, but also provide a bit of reassurance and clarity and just spiritual guidance in general on how we can actually move forward given the current energies we are experiencing. I'm also just using a little bit of sage oil also. I don't normally use that, but I picked it up at the store yesterday. So, okay, let's read a little bit into the masculine here. So, what is the divine masculine experiencing at this time? I heard repressed emotions coming to the surface, manifesting either as conscious emotions that he can't fully understand or grasp, or even as physical sensations. Specifically, I'm hearing anger, unprocessed anger for some masculines could be manifesting itself through their physical body, through negative physical symptoms, or even through conscious emotions that they can't understand. And I feel this repressed anger. I keep seeing a child. So for some masculines, this could come from childhood experiences that they never fully healed from or acknowledged or addressed within themselves. But all of this is leading them into deeper levels of surrender, with surrender to the divine, and step out of their comfort zone. Coming out here, I feel something about them being pushed out of their comfort zone. There's this energy of, I wasn't ready, or I'm not ready to face this thing, but something has pushed me, something has catalyzed me into this introspection or into this acknowledgement. For some, I'm just hearing acknowledgement of the repressed emotions or the repressed pain that led to potentially karmic patterns, cycles, situations. They're really being pushed by either circumstances of life or of this connection to address things from the roots. I'm getting, for some, I have to say, for some, literally, this will be, by the way, the word married came out from the love word scramble. So for some masculines, this could be a situation involving a marriage. I'm hearing karmic marriage for some. Do keep in mind, by the way, that if you are a divine feminine listening, these messages could apply to your inner masculine as well, because do remember, these are energy dynamics. So these labels, masculine and feminine, aren't used to describe a man or a woman necessarily, but these energies within each of us. The end of a tough cycle approaches. For some reason, I heard it's been a tough year. So some masculines may have had a really difficult year, whether they're being vocal and open about that or not. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. It's very, very interesting that this card would come up during around Aries season, because I feel the word now coming out, like it's time to take action now. Something is pushing this masculine from a state of stagnancy that I'm hearing is actually where he was more comfortable, into a state of action about something that he's been really hesitant about, or not really wanting to take action about, because it was uncomfortable, because it was unfamiliar, and also because something about this thing required him to, in order to take this action, to actually face, acknowledge, and process emotions that he had long since repressed within himself, which again, I feel some of these coming from his childhood. A time to give rather than take. I see this turn outward from this focus on self, which I'm hearing this masculine say was necessary and came from some kind of a survival mode. Perhaps this even started in childhood for them. Maybe there was, I'm hearing, a need to take care of myself because no one else was going to take care of me. No one else was going to love me. This won't apply for every masculine, but for some of them, this led to a pattern that to others, or even to the divine feminine, may have at times looked like an over self-focus, or even I hear someone calling them selfish or self-centered, but really it's just because this masculine had this feeling that if I don't give to myself, no one is going to give to me. No one is going to take care of me. A time for healing. Yeah. So there's a deep healing around this happening for the masculine, which ironically, by opening them up to believing in true love, meaning believing that they can be supported by others who care about them, that's they are supported by the divine, by the universe, strengthening their connection to a higher power or to the divine through this spiritual awakening. And also, again, like restoring that sense of worthiness, of that support, of that kind of love. This is actually, ironically, allowing them to give more to others because they no longer feel the need to be so self-focused from a self-protective mechanism, a need to always be in this survival mode of looking out for the self, which again, I feel came from an inner child wound. And it's kind of this polarity happening, a mirrored polarity between the masculine and feminine, because collectively the feminine for the most part, are learning to do the opposite. So as the masculine learns to turn outward, to accept support and love, to open himself to support and love from others, but in doing so and in trusting that, to actually be able to give more to others, the feminine is learning how to set stronger boundaries, to learn how to fully show up for and support herself, and know that these two dynamics turning within both counterparts, leading to greater healing, are occurring simultaneously because, of course, as twins, we are mirroring one another's growth and development spiritually and energetically. So I am going to pull a final card here from the Rumi Oracle deck as well. So what is a final message for twin flames here? By the way, I will be channeling an extended reading as well for these messages. So if anything here is connecting with you, we will be channeling information on more specific messages from both the masculine and feminine, as well as more details on what potentially you could be experiencing in your twin flame connection, what's going on at the conscious and soul level, both for the masculine and the feminine. So all of that will be in our Patreon Soul Tribe community, which is linked in the pinned comment and description box. But for now, I did pull 2 cards here. These are very beautiful divine feminine oriented cards. Dance of the divine feminine, and she offers the sacred wine, so drink. So I'm just going to read a little bit from the guidebook here. If a tree could move from one place to another, it would not suffer the pain of the saw or the oppressive wounds. If the sun and the moon stood still like the rocks, they could not offer brilliance. How bitter the taste of water would be if the river stopped its flow, remaining still like seawater. When the seawater rises to become a cloud, it loses its bitterness and pours the rain of sweetness. I have given you only a few examples. You can figure out the rest. Break away from the self and enter the kingdom of love. Rumi. And the guidebook also says, you may feel unsettled, beloved, as though the ground beneath you is not so solid. You may touch it to see, is it moving? Of course. It is hurtling through the skies, spinning, tilted on its axis. Yet you stand there, imagining you have choice of not moving. How can you even imagine it? Only through some misplaced fear. Soon you'll be able to find your orientation, your stability, even if everything you have once held on to appears to be shimmering and insubstantial, a mere dance of lights rather than solid grounds. Don't worry if it seems as though your world is coming to an end or you are losing something you once loved. This is just the shaking abouts of the great beloved to lead you into a deeper, sweeter dance of divine being and becoming. Put your focus into your heart and realize you are more ready than you think. So I really hope you received some kind of message from this reading. I feel that many of the messages that came forth in this specific reading did tend to be more abstract, more energetically based, but I hope that you still got something valuable or helpful or clarifying from it today. And in the extended version of this reading, we will be channeling a bit deeper into these messages. So all of the details on the extended reading are in the pinned comment and description box under this video. But otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk to you again in Friday's Twin Flame reading.